Hello guys, welcome again on board this morning. Still with our 2021 KCSE Paper 1 revision. Still walking the talk with our learners, helping them to revise. So at number 3, 4 and 5, there we go. We are told to complete the figure below to show a rotational symmetry of order 3 about point O. So for the order 3 here, I'll just take you through the briefs. So for symmetry of order 3, what we are looking at here is within a full rotation of 360 degrees, what is the angle of our rotation? So dividing 3 by the order, we get a total of 120 degrees as we are going to complete the diagram. So we are going to draw the same diagram within a full rotation of 360 degrees, and therefore in between each of the like diagrams shall be a total angle of 120. So we are just going to be required to measure 120 from O. Then, for example, let me say I'm just going to sketch for you. 120 shall be there. So we draw another of the figure. So for the first rotation, the figure will be there. Having in mind that this is measured to be 120 as we have seen here. The same, another 120 or measure from this side, it doesn't matter. We are just dividing a full rotation or revolution into 3 parts as we place the diagram. So we shall have another 120 here. Let me say so. There it shall be another figure of the same. So each time we place this diagram, we move it around, it will fit exactly 3 times within a full rotation of 360 degrees. So this angle here also, it should be 120, and the other one also 120. So that shall be what we shall have. So to the learners, please, me, your teacher, maybe I didn't have a protractor of the device, but I hope you understand. We measure 120, we measure 120, we measure 120. So it therefore means within a full rotation, we shall place this diagram 3 times at an interval of 120 degrees each. So coming to number 4, it's not the first time we are looking at inequalities, and therefore, we have done several and we posted, and this one should be very bogus for us as part of revision. So like I said, this is a combined what we call complex inequalities, and therefore we should extract the first equation. The first equation we shall move with it until just before we reach the second sign, the second mathematical symbol. So that is a full equation, and therefore 5 over 3 minus 2x is less than 1 minus 2 over 3x. So this is just an ordinary equation now we can solve, and therefore collecting like terms, I'll take x's the other side as my number 1 comes this side. So I will have 1 over 3 minus 1. Then we remained with minus 2 over 3x plus now 2x. When minus 2x crosses the sign, of course it shall be a plus. So what are we going to have here? When we work out this, remember 5 over 3 is 2 over 3. So when we minus the 1, we shall remain with 2 over 3. Maintain the sign, guys. Maintain the sign. Then on the other side, our whole number 2 minus 2 over 3, we shall remain with 1 and a third x. So converting it to improper, therefore, we shall have 2 over 3, which is still less than 4 over 3x. So multiplying by 3 on both sides, we shall remain with 2 is less than 4x. Dividing by 4, and therefore x is greater than a half. So that is the end of our equation part 1. So we also go back to the main equation and extract the other part of the second equation. I said now we start from the right side, come with it just before we reach the second equation, the second sign, and we extract our complete equation, and it shall be 1, let me put this, the strong wind, it shall be 1 minus 2 over 3x is less or equal to 2 minus x. So solving through collection of like terms, what do we have? I want to bring x as I take the whole number, the other side. So 2 will be minus 1 as I have x minus 2 over 3x. So the same thing we did on the other side. So this one shall remain with a third x less or equal to 1. Multiplying by 3, we shall have x is greater than 3. And that is our second value of x. So combining the two, we shall have, my teacher used to say just write x and the symbols should all face to the right. They should all face to the right, and therefore 3, there we have x is less than or equal to 3, while x was greater than half. So what are the values here? The values of x therefore are, remember, there's one thing we said here and we captured it in our the earlier videos on inequalities. We said we have two types of signs. We have compound signs and we have simple signs. So for compound, they are part of, while these are not part. So part of and not part. So what does it mean? It means half is not part of x because we are told x is greater than half. So half cannot be part, and therefore the first value of x is 1 within a number line. 1 from half we go to 1, 2, and 3. 3 is part because this is a compound sign telling us x is less or equal to. So 3 is part of x. Thank you guys up to that stage. I hope you understand. We came all the way from number 3, and we are able to produce that. We have also interpreted number 4. You can't afford to miss this. Let me assure my learners, you cannot miss a question of inequality in paper 1. 3 good marks. So thank you guys again. Let me put my set there to block the strong wind. So let's go. Finally, at number 5, we are told the size of two interior angles of an irregular polygon, each measures, so two sides already, 90 and another 90 degrees. So how many sides are we left with? We all know n is always number of sides. We are taking n for number of sides. So already 2 have gone. How many sides are left? We are left with n minus 2 sides left now. Left, because we have gone with the other 2. So each of the remaining sides, all the other remaining interior angles, each measures 150. So we shall have 150 into n minus 2. And remember, we had already 90 and 90, that is 180. This one should give us, should be equated to the expression for getting total sum of interior angles as 90 into 2n minus 4. So, breaking through, we shall have 150n minus 300 plus 180 is equivalent to 180n minus 360 degrees. Collecting my like terms, what will I have? Let me take n's as I bring the numbers. So 360 shall come to be a plus, minus 300 plus 180 is minus 120. Yes. Then on the other side, we shall remain with 180 minus 150n. They are n's, remember. So what do we have this side? Let me come over this side. So on this side, we shall remain with 30n having this side remaining with 100 and let me see, that is 120 minus that is 240 degrees. So we shall remain with 240 degrees. Dividing by 30, we find n as 8 sides. So our polygon therefore had 8 sides. How do we call it? My learners, the ball is at your court. How do we call it? This is purely an octagon having 8 sides. Very easy to follow. Like I always say, when you follow your teacher keenly, you can never get lost, and nothing is too difficult, guys. You can just follow through and be able to understand. Very briefly, in 1 second, I said divide 360, divide by the order of rotation of symmetry. Then measure the 120, draw the diagram. Coming here, extract the two equations that were complex, that were joined together. Solve them individually, get the two values of x, join them up, interpret the signs, know which values satisfy x. Then polygon, use the right formula, interpret keenly, get to know the objective of the examiner here, hit the nail on the head, form your equations, and there you are. So guys, let me ask you again, subscribe, let's share, and let's make a difference in the life of our learners. It is my duty, your duty, to embrace learning of mathematics because to our learners, we are the role models. When they hear us say maths is easy, then it becomes very easy to them. Thank you, guys. To reach me, like I say, you can call or text or WhatsApp at 0720 968517. Then you will be able to speak to the Beacon Master. Thank you, guys, and may you be blessed.